Hey everyone, welcome back. Now, it's been some time since did an update, but work is in progress on the Kodak Hauler race team. So, didn't want to get too far. Did find it was getting a little bit too far on myself, and figured best to do a quick couple updates here and there. So, starting off first, of course, we got the actual car, which I got about, I'd say about 90%, no, about 95% altogether. Still needing some of the decals on the one side, but otherwise everything's going well. Still need to get the rear bumper together and the spoiler. So overall, the car itself has gone together fairly decently, but I have ran into one problem, and it's that the chassis doesn't exactly fit on the body nicely. So if you can kind of see that the frame, the underside of the body kind of raises below, kind of falls below the body work. So means the body sits a bit high, and I can push it down, and then it will be fine. But I'm not sure if there's supposed to be like certain contact points that are off centered or getting caught on something. So it's the only problem I'm currently facing with this, but I'm sure everything will fit over just fine. And of course, I'm going to end up detailing some of the underside so it's not all just basic black. And let's see if I can pry the chassis off. So yeah, here, got the chassis off. Going to be, the instructions said for everything to be painted black, so pretty much just did all that. And going to, and of course, probably going to be detailing up some pieces here and there. But overall, it's fairly, the car's pretty much done for the most part, all the technical stuff. The cool thing that I was able to do is I was actually able to put almost all the roll cage pieces together. There's still a couple parts like the engine bracing and a couple crossbars here and there that I don't have on, as to get those painted, it would get in the way of certain other pieces. So overall, it's looking fairly good. If anything, to just need to get the the breathers on, and then the radiator. Maybe detail up a bit of, maybe paint up a bit of the engine, do some things here and there. Because the engine I haven't actually glued the engine in, so I can see if I can just take this, get it out. Okay, never mind. Forgot that I had the shifter on, which does end up that ends up getting the engine permanently in place, so won't mess with that. So yeah, the chassis and stuff's pretty good. It'll just be a case now of trying to figure out what exactly is causing the body not to sit nicely. So there's pretty much that, and then you got the body itself, which is fairly good. Of course, need to get the rear bumper on so I can get the rest of the stripe decals on, and then can work on the back half of the car. So yeah. So everything's coming along nicely on this kit. And then moving on, we got the tractor unit itself, which I'll say is a fairly nice kit. Probably one of the better AMT tractor kits available. So pretty much got some of the stuff together, got the drivetrain pretty much just mocked up currently. Now the axles itself, initially I thought it was going to be a fun task trying to get aligned properly, but overall went together not without really any problems. Though with the shackles, do have to make sure they're square to the square when you're installing them, as the axles will sit offset, which you don't really want that. And then something else I did find is that the axles that are actually supplied with the kit are actually about an inch and a half too long. So for instance, the back axle here I've already modified. So slide the axle through, and then got the other tire here. Let's see if I can get all the way together. Okay, so this is now all the way together, and there's quite a gap in between the wheel hub and the actual tire itself. So whereas here, I end up trimming it down on both sides to get that to fit perfectly together. So that'll probably be something, if anyone else ever gets that, something to keep in mind. Excuse me. So there's pretty much that to keep in mind. I know there's probably other ways around it, but just trimming it off is trimming it I find would be the easiest way to go about it. And then of course also with the hubs, it pretty much just painted it with the rim on. So still your white molded plastic. Of course, when you put the tire on, you're not really going to see it, so I'm not overly concerned. So yeah, there's that. And then, so we got the engine here, just about ready for paint. Pretty much just got about 99% together. There's a few small parts here and there that leaving off. Or a little bit of a complex piece to put together, as there's a lot to it. Now, for a little while I was trying to figure out how the turbo actually goes on, because on the instructions the intake goes straight up, but how it looked like that connected back through the exhaust, or the exhaust manifold, so didn't look right. Then looking up the actual reference pictures, there is indeed this piece here that goes across. So that was the only struggle that I've had with it. So this is going to be painted up in like a Caterpillar tan color that these engines would have been painted from factory. So yeah, everything's been going along quite nicely. Nothing really too much of a concern of this kit, at least as far as I'm aware. But if anything, there's just these little things that you have to problem solve every once in a while. Nothing too major. So yeah. Now I haven't really gotten around to building anything of the cab and sleeper unit as of yet. I just wanting to get some of the general structure of the truck done before going to work on something else. So pretty much been that. Then the trailer, been hanging off on doing the trailer, as that kit in itself requires a lot of space to work, which I don't exactly quite have at the moment. So I'm hoping I'm looking when I get this truck mostly put together. That's when I'm gonna start work on the trailer, and then when the car's all done, that will be something I'll no longer need to worry about. So, bit of a quick update on what's going on with the Kodak Films Hauler kits. So, so if anything, that'll be it for this video, and hopefully I'll have another video. I'll have another video uploaded in next couple days or so, as there's something else that I have currently work in progress on that doesn't exactly correlate to this, but it's going to be nice to have a couple updates on different projects here or there. So, if anything, that'll be it for this video, and till next time, see ya.